This video is sponsored by my amazing website, CrochetGold.store. I have some great products crafted with care. Thank you for your continued support. Now, before we start, let me be clear. Everything that I'm sharing here today are my threaded thoughts and opinions based on what I've seen, experienced, and researched. If you see the same things or you see them differently, I respect that. Drop your perspective in the comments because that's how we grow together. Also, when I'm talking about specific people or situations, everything is alleged unless proven otherwise. Other than that, I'm just here to spark conversation, not to claim that I have all the answers or know these figures personally. Anywho, now that that is clear, let's get into the specific topic. So I wanted to make a video about this this woman that I seen, basically talking about how the guy that she's with currently, her new baby dad, as because she actually has another kid, and he actually does as well, and they have been having relationship issues. And what does every relationship that is having relationship needs? No, I know what you're thinking. Not a breakup. No. That's just too much like right. With a relationship that is on the rocks, what you actually need is another baby. You know what I mean? Another person thrown into the mix, because to break up, to go out, find yourself, find a purpose, to do all stuff like that would just be like too much like right. That would make too much sense. That was just not the way people operate. So with these two individuals who have basically, it looks like their time is running out with each other, what they actually decided to do was have another kid. And even in the midst of that, so you can tell that it wasn't a plan on them getting pregnant, even though that they're living together and is having this makeshift whole it's not at any time did she mention them being married. And she actually said that she wanted to get married before she ever had a kid again, but she didn't have enough standards, and she is essentially, a stay-at-home girlfriend with this guy. So, now she's a stay-at-home baby mom with this guy. So she didn't have the agency to really stand up and stick up for herself and say that she didn't want to go through with it, and she wanted to be married before she got pregnant again. All of those standards that she really should have kept up for herself, she really wasn't able to hold on to, because this guy is over her finances. So if you're saying that you want to get a schmortion, then they talked about that and was like going back and forth with it. Like, okay, no, don't do it. Yes, do it. And then she said, oh, he begged me to have a baby, which, mind you, women, that is a power play. When a man is begging you to have a baby, that right there is, first of all, trying to be an attachment for life. It's going to be an attachment for life, whether you like him anymore or not. And then he can use that as the I won. These guys really do mean it. Unfortunately, you may not be thinking about this. You may be thinking about what's the greatest gift of life and all of this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going through all of this. And, and she says something that actually makes me laugh. And I hear people who are in more like going into the religious psychosis territory say the stuff like this. It's like, oh, well, God doesn't make any mistakes. No, God didn't make a mistake. You made the mistake. And instead of dealing with your mistakes, instead of saying, I'm going to do better, I'm not going to lower my standards, I'm not going to accept lesser than what I said I wanted and said I deserved. Instead of doing that, people tend to just go, well, God don't make no mistakes. Well, no, God didn't make the mistakes. You made the mistakes. And even when you were confronted with doing better, like when there were times for you to change, go to the clinic, do all of these things, you still did not do it. So since you still did not go to the clinic, and because you let this guy convince you into letting him have, a one up on you, now you are sitting in this situation where you're sitting here, you're pregnant, and you're coming to the internet and you're complaining about how the guy isn't around. And you're saying, now once she got pushed back off, she was like, well, it's not cheating, it's nothing like that, I know everywhere he goes, and da 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 da. Baby, if you are really banking on, what's that Apple thing where you can see people's location and stuff, if you're banking on that, this man will leave his phone and his car and walk to a side bitch house if he must. But regardless of that, she's saying oh no, it's not the cheating thing, it's just that he is going to the casino and making bets and parlays. Okay, so let me get this straight. You are about to have a baby with someone who is a gambler, who's addicted to gambling. So you're fine with him being out and gambling basically the life savings that you need away, because mind you, these people collectively now have 3 kids that they have to attune to. It's her kid, his kid, and then the kid they're making together. So where is the common sense? Where is it? And in typical fashion, when people try to correct her, when people try to, say, hey, you should, think about your options. You should think about, hell, even working from home. She's like, oh, well, all of the ideas that you all are presenting me with, basically, I don't like them. So I'm not going to make any changes. And y'all can follow me for more if y'all just want to see the journey. Like, follow you to see what? Because their next little outing was like to a TJ Maxx, in where he couldn't even like sift through the clothes. Like, he didn't like how the store was like disorganized or whatever, so he couldn't like sift through the clothes. He's clearly showing that he doesn't have the staying power that she's wanting him to have, because I mean, obviously he's not doing the things that you want him to do, and the things that you're enjoying them by yourself. And mind you, when he is opening up the door for her, like, all she really wanted was to go out, complain, to tell TikTok, and then to have TikTok be her backup to say, oh, look at all these people who's saying you're not doing right, you better do right, or shame is gonna come on you. Like, that's really all women is wanting. And that's why people are getting into the mode of, stop telling us about your bad relationships. Now, I'm not fully agreeing with that, just because, you know what, we do need documented people to come out and say what they're dealing with, so that we can use them as examples for the next generation for what you should not be doing, and playing our own little game of monkey see, monkey do, monkey see what the hell not to do, because that is the best game of life. And mind you, this isn't what people are going to like, because you're looking at them and saying, hey, yeah, don't live like this. Obviously they won't like that we're playing that game on them, but they're playing it, and they're playing it wrong. And then even when you try to coach them, they're like, no, you can't advise me, you're in a worse situation than I am. How please tell me how. But yes, this is typical delusion. Like I said, I think it's borderline religious psychosis, and I do want to do a major video on that sometime soon. Let me know what you thought about this video down below, and I will get to you next time. Until next time, keep creating. Peace.